after that second game, wanted to get back to competing better than we did in the Monday game. So, that was most of the focus.
From a developmental standpoint, when you got a chance to actually go back and watch the film, we obviously asked you about this after games, but what were some of the things you maybe liked and didn't like just from kind of individual development and what you got out of those games for individual guys?
Well, we talked about the opportunity for Drew to play point, and then guys like Chris getting extended minutes, and there's an opportunity that we were unable to get with Ben because he was unable to play, but Drew, Isaiah, and Jalen, all those guys got to play, pretty good runs, and felt the responsibility of having to be one of those guys, that is responsible for putting the team in a position to succeed or fail, and and until guys learn all the different aspects of the dynamics of this business, they're not going to fully understand.
Speaking of Ben, were him and Tyrese able to do anything in practice today?
No, Ben is going to be. He's going to be out for this next game. We'll figure out. He may travel, but he's not going to play the next game. I'm not going to give you a timetable. He's not going to play.
Tyrese too.
He's doing better than him. Yeah, Tyrese practiced.
How did you expect him and TJ and Myles to all be back on Thursday?
Potentially, but we'll see. We got to see how the guys are doing tomorrow.
Rick talked a lot about these recent 2 games with a lot of young guys being good for you guys' development, with you being out there. How did it feel in those moments being with those younger guys?
It feels good. I've always said the guys that are on the team, young guys don't really play like young guys. They feel like they've been here before, and they play like it. But it's fun. It's fun to be out there. Finally getting some good good run.
You've been with this team for a while, but are one of those younger guys. Do you feel like you gelled with the units you had out there in Detroit?
Oh yeah. I feel like the person I am, I could gel with anyone that I play with. Just because I understand the game of basketball, know where to be, know my spots, and I know who I am ultimately. So whoever I'm out there with, I feel like I got a good feel for the game.
Have you observed anything with Andrew that he's taken from Tyrese? Because when he's on the court and Tyrese is playing, obviously doesn't have the ball in his hands a lot, but these times he's had a chance to play without him.
One thing I love about Drew is that he's always really himself. You could always take stuff from anybody, and Ty being the star that he is, I feel like everyone kind of wants to move the ball like him and get downhill like him. But one thing that Drew does well is sees the floor, obviously. That's just natural to him, and getting downhill again is something that he's really, really good at. So I wouldn't say taking anything from anybody, because he's really himself whenever he gets out there.
Tyrese is so good at going the other way quickly, starting a fast break even after a made basket at times. Is it tough when he's not out there to still play that same style?
Nah, because like what I said, Ty being who he is, it rubs off on everybody. We know we like to play fast, and we started the season doing that and winning a lot of games, and that was because of him. So the games that he's not playing, we try to keep the same flow going.
Positionally, you guys also got to, messing around with some lineups up there in Detroit. Putting a couple guys, you, Jordan, I know that usually play the floor, getting you guys on the floor together. How was that helpful? I mean, what did you get to do, just from a kind of a positional within the offense standpoint that you don't necessarily get to do usually? How do you think that helped?
NBA now, it's positionless basketball, so whenever any of us are out there, it's kind of, filling open spots and just playing to your strengths. Just because coach would have me running the 2 position or 3 position in the office doesn't mean that, I'm about to start coming out screens and shooting step backs like Buddy Hield. Yeah. But, I play to my strengths no matter where any coach puts me. So it's just being out there and just knowing the game of basketball.
It did seem like you guys each had the ball in your hand a little bit more. Is that accurate?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a guy like Tyrese, when he's sitting out for a game, Whenever we're out there, we got to move the ball. We got to touch the ball. Everybody has to get a feel of it because he does that, every possession. Gets everybody to touch the ball. So if he's not out there, it's on everybody to move the ball, swing the ball. That's just because that's the way we play.
I know the Bucks are good, but it seems like when the Pacers play them, they're at their best. Did you play any team that has as many lethal three-point shooters at one time, it seems like?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Just like you said, those guys, it feels like that. But tomorrow's another opportunity to try to change that.
Greg, I think I asked you sort of a game plan or keys to taking on Milwaukee, but now that you're going back there with a big role on this team, how excited are you?
Super excited. Super excited to go out there and play a fun, competitive game, and show a lot of the stuff. I didn't get a chance to show while I was there and play with these guys, and like I said, have fun and hopefully win a game.
The Pacers have seen the best of the Bucks over the last 4 seasons. They're always around 19 or 23s, it seems like. Do you remember some of those games specifically?
Yeah, I feel like me personally, I always had good games too, but now I'm on the other side of it. So, like I said, it's going to be fun going back, playing a game. I look forward to going back there. That's really all I can say about it. It'll be fun for sure.
It seems like just from talking to you about them that they have a sense that you could do this, that it just wasn't necessarily a fit for you. Is that how you look back in Milwaukee, that they knew you had some talent, but they also just had other guys? I
think the biggest thing is it's just such a veteran team. Even you see it now. Yeah, there's a first-round pick over there right now, Marjan, who came in. I was still there. He's in the same shoes. He's a guy who can play too. Who's in the same shoes that I'm in right now. It's just part of being on a really good team. Really good veterans who've been in the league. They have years added up. They're proven, is what I can say. And it's tough being there. They're trying to win right now. You don't really get the chance to really prove yourself. But now I'm getting that shot, and now, like I said, I can't wait to get out there.
Looking at Monday's game, you and Oshae shared the court a little bit. You played more 3 than normal with these guys. Was that anything different for you, and how do you feel like those minutes went?
That wasn't something too different for me, and actually in Milwaukee, I really only played the 3. So, in college, I was a stretch 4. In Milwaukee, I was a 3. I think I'm somebody who can do both. It doesn't matter with me switching back and forth. Whatever the team needs, whatever coach needs me to do, I'll do it. So it wasn't weird to me. I feel comfortable playing both spots.
Is there anything specifically on the court that you've actually gotten the chance to show off that maybe you didn't? Like, you're talking about opportunities, but what is it specifically that you've been able to prove or show, I guess, or moves you're able to do?
It's tough for me to tell you. You guys are the ones watching. So, that's something I guess you guys have to ask yourself, ask some of the coaches, because I'm in the gym working every day. Stuff just ends up translating, and it just kind of shows in games. That's something you guys can watch and tell me, as opposed to me telling you guys.
Some funny Giannis clips go viral when he's told jokes.
Yeah.
Did he tell jokes in the locker room or on the plane?
Giannis is a funny guy, man, but we always know you got all those dad jokes. He's a great dude. I'm sure he'll have jokes when I see him in Milwaukee again. So he definitely told some jokes here and there. It was always a good time around those guys, for sure.
So you think you go up to him this weekend or the next couple days, he'll have a joke ready for you?
Yeah, he'll probably say something. I don't know if it'll be something I can say here, but he'll probably say something for sure.
What does a player like he do for the shooters around him, and now that you're on the flip side of that, trying to defend it?
Obviously I was in practice with him a lot. When it comes to GA, he draws in so much help from the entire defense that really a lot of guys are getting a lot of open looks, because he's such a force that you got to really throw everything you can at him to stop him, regardless of what team it is in the league. And even then, it's still tough. So, because of that, kickouts, wide open threes, you get the defense moving a lot. He's really like just a really dominant player. Obviously, I've been around it. I've seen the work he puts in. So, yeah, he creates a lot of space for everybody.
Rick was talking about getting you more on-ball reps these last 2 games and even going forward. What do you feel like in those situations you're trying to do or improve, whether that's distributing, scoring off the bounce, things like that?
I think for me, obviously I'm somebody who considers myself kind of like a natural scorer, but for me, I think it's obviously when I have the ball in my hands more, just reading plays, learn to play make, and I've been trying to do that more here, not always just trying to score for myself. And I think I'm going to keep improving the more I'm put in those situations moving forward. So I'm just embracing, like I said, the opportunity.
I feel like you have to think about that when it's happening, or is it pretty natural to feel that out?
I think it's pretty natural, especially we got some of these athletes. You know, the last game, I came off the screen and sticks is rolling to the rim, just throw it up, stuff like that. We got a lot of athletes here, and the guys who can knock down shots. Just about reading the play, stuff like that just comes when you're playing.
Who was technically running the two in that lineup when it was you, George, James, Oshae, and Jalen? Who's the two?
I think everybody was a two. Everybody was a two. So, we just, when we were there, we were just playing fast, playing random, and playing together. So, yeah.
Thank
You guys call Giannis GA?
GA, yeah.
That's like a couple different games in Detroit. What did you think the biggest difference was between Saturday and Monday?
I just feel as though we just came out flat, Obviously coming off that win, I think we were still all high on it, We let it get the best of us. Man, they came out and hit us in the mouth, and we tried to fight back, but, we dug ourselves too deep in the hole, so it was tough to do it. But, it's a lot to learn from that, Obviously, from a development standpoint, it's like just understanding that you can't let your foot up off the gas, and pretty much that you gotta play with that same effort and intensity every time. So I think even though that we got blown out, I think it was a good learning point for us.
A lot of people got good experiences, one of which was Andrew playing the point guard. He's done it a few times.
Yeah.
So without Tyrese, how does the game change, and what did you notice from him over those two games?
Nothing. Obviously Tyrese is a big part of our team. He's pretty much the heart and soul of this team. And we go as he go. He leads us in many different aspects. But I feel as though Drew did a great job standing up to that, obviously being put in a situation like that. And, obviously we saw what he did in Golden State, so it was no shock for me of his success playing primary point guard. So, I was happy for him. I was happy with how he played and happy how hard he fought. And it was just amazing to see how, obviously he ain't been playing as well as he wanted to, but it's just amazing to see how great of an attitude he continues to keep and how much he puts that into his development.
I don't.
If you're going to guard Giannis, what do you try to take away?
It's more about just putting a body in front of him, trying to keep a body in between him and the rim. Obviously him being an all-star, he's gonna get a lot of calls from the ref, a lot of validation. So it's just a matter of standing your ground and just being able to withstand hits.
I know the NCAA tournaments this week, you got one opportunity to play in it, you had another taken away. How much do you think back on A, your experience, and then B, missing out on that second chance with COVID?
It was fun, the first experience, obviously being a freshman. I can't remember what seed we was. I think we was like an 8th seed. But it was fun, it's no experience like the March Madness, all the camaraderie, all the rivalry and things of that nature. But it was tough not making it my second year because that was one of the main reasons I came back was to make it further into the NCAA tournament. But at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. Can't get mad at it. But I just root for the Terps that's in there now. I think they got West Virginia first round, and hopefully they pull that out, and then maybe they'll be playing Alabama next round. And I hope they get as far as they can.
I haven't checked the timing, but you'll do whatever you can if you can to watch those games, or do you know what time they play?
I don't know what time they play. I know they play tomorrow, but if I watch it, I watch it. If I don't, I don't. They'll have my support from afar. So that's all that matters.
What did you feel like was your most important developments individually over the last two games? You're getting to play big minutes back-to-back nights. What do you feel like is gained out of that whole scenario individually?
I just continue to keep pushing. I'm confident in my ability. The team's confident in my ability. They know what I can do. I know what I can do. So at the end of the day, it's just going out there and playing. It's a game I grew up loving. It's a game I still love to death, and I have the best job in the world. So, at the end of the day, it's just about playing basketball, just having fun, playing a child's game, and just making sure that I'm giving it my all and controlling what I can control.
Jordan was just talking about his growth and his playmaking. He's improved a lot, I think, in a couple of these games that just happened. Where have you seen him develop since he got here with you guys?
Oh, it's amazing. Obviously I knew Jordan in college. He was a pure scorer. And just seeing his playmaking ability to take a step forward is obviously it's a notch to the Pacers to just show how much they truly tailored development here, and pretty much just him making that stride and making that effort to actually change the game and and find different ways to impact the game is helpful for us.
As you've talked this season about, your improvements as a varied scorer. As the season's progressed, how have you felt like that's made you defended differently by other teams?
I feel like guys got to pay more attention to me. I mean, some teams throw doubles, some teams have put smaller guys on me, some guys try to put big guys on me. It's an array of defenses, but that's the fun part about it. Just being that guy dissecting film and just seeing how I can be the most effective.
And you and the team adjusting to those reads, you feel like it's gone well or better than you expected, things like that?
For the most part, yeah. I'm still seeing a lot of single coverage, so I'm able to go out there and do what I'm able to do. But as more doubles come, you got to make the right read up the post and make the right passes. So.
Back feel okay?
Yeah, no, I'm good, man. That was a couple of days off was actually really good for it. I was just at that point in the season, So I've been rehabbing these guys, been rolling, so I'll be ready to go tomorrow.
To follow up on that, I mean, to have that two-game break, do you feel some extra energy at practice today and expect that tomorrow?
Yeah, no, it's just a revived feeling. You got to go out here, and it's not like it was really days off, and we're still working and whatnot, but to be back in the team environment, it's something that's necessary.
What was it just like for you guys to watch two games like that? I mean, obviously, the three of you veterans sitting out. What impressed you about the guys that were out there, and what kind of value do you think that it had for the young guys as a group?
So first of all, Tyreek's not no veteran. Second of all, it was a good just evaluation of where we're at, just looking at talent and whatnot, letting guys develop and play. And I think there was some good and there's some bad, obviously, that last game. So stuff to build on.
You've had a lot of matchups with Giannis over the years. What have you learned works, and what's challenging?
Well, he's obviously presents his challenges. One of the things where you're not just going to completely stop him. It's a team effort, try to slow him down and make other guys beat you. But at the same time, they have a very talented team. So the task isn't just him; it's just to take care of the Bucks as a whole.
You played with George as a rookie. Now that he's the vet or the oldest guy on this team, in what ways has he evolved and helped you guys this year?
Not much has changed as far as his voice and his leadership. I mean, that's all. That's been the same through and through. You can tell he really cares and wants to put guys in the right positions. But I think he knows why he's here, and I think I'm happy he's here. Especially being back at home and whatnot. But just being another voice in that locker room, it's outside of me, JJ, and TJ, and so Buddy, some other vets.
You like Texas's bracket?
So far so good. I think we got Furman first round or something like that. But then we can match with A&M. And then who was after that? I don't know. I got him win the championship though. I mean, it's that easy.